It all started with a simple letter slipped into my mailbox, stamped with the HOA seal and dripping with arrogance. The message was clear. My vegetable garden was a violation of community standards. According to them, my rows of tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers were considered unsightly. They claimed the neighborhood was supposed to project a certain image, one of pristine lawns and identical flower beds, not backyard plots overflowing with produce. At first, I laughed at the absurdity. My garden wasn't messy. It was neat, thriving, and beautiful in its own way. Neighbors had even complimented me on it, often asking for tips or sampling the occasional ripe tomato. But the HOA didn't care about appreciation or practicality. All they cared about was uniformity, and in their eyes, a vegetable garden didn't fit the mold. The first warning was followed by a second, then a fine. I realized they weren't going to stop until I tore the garden out. But that was never going to happen. Instead, I decided to turn their attempt at control into something bigger, something that would make their obsession with appearances look utterly ridiculous. That's when the idea of a weekend market came to me. If they thought my garden was an eyesore, I'd show them how powerful it could become. I started small, harvesting baskets of produce and setting up a few tables in my driveway on Saturday mornings. The response was immediate. Neighbors flocked to my stand, thrilled to buy fresh, homegrown vegetables without driving to the supermarket. Week after week, the market grew. Friends brought baked goods, others added honey, eggs, and homemade crafts. Soon, my little driveway stand had transformed into a full-blown neighborhood farmer's market. Families walked over with reusable bags, kids tugged on their parents' hands, and the once quiet cul-de-sac buzzed with energy every weekend. The HOA hated it. Their letters became increasingly hostile, warning me about unapproved commercial activity and disrupting the community's character. But here's the problem for them. I wasn't breaking any laws. Local zoning permitted small-scale markets, and I wasn't violating any noise ordinances. In fact, the police who came to investigate once ended up buying vegetables on their way out. The more the HOA fought, the more support I gained. Neighbors who had once ignored the HOA's antics now saw them for what they were, petty enforcers trying to squash something good. My market became more than a place to buy vegetables. It became a weekly protest, a gathering that brought people together in defiance of pointless restrictions. Eventually, the HOA gave up. They couldn't find their way out of it, and every complaint only drew more attention to their pettiness. My garden remained. My market thrived, and their so-called standard crumbled under the weight of community spirit. Every tomato sold, every pepper handed across the table, was another reminder that sometimes the best way to fight back isn't in anger. It's in planting seeds that grow into something far bigger than the HOA ever imagined.